Hello, my dear world citizens. Greetings for the day. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, in the class today we are going to discuss Earth magnetism. Our Mother Earth behaves like a magnet. Why? Well, our Earth behaves like a magnet because of an imaginary magnet which is placed over its center, imaginary bar magnet. This bar magnet has its north pole in southern hemisphere and south pole in northern hemisphere. We know our Earth is just like a sphere. This is north pole, this is south pole. Lying joining north and south pole is geographical north-south. And the axis of the magnet is what? Magnetic north-south. So geographical north-south and magnetic north-south, they are not same, they are different. An angle between these two axes is 11.3 degree. Well, this is equator, and above equator is northern hemisphere, below equator is southern hemisphere. You know all these geographical facts. Well, this bar magnet is the replacement of current carrying coils which are found at the center of the Earth. Ever since Earth came into existence some 46 million years ago, because of Big Bang, a big explosion. Well, the Earth was initially very hot, but the core of Earth is still very hot. Outer surface has cooled down, but the inside, the core of the Earth is very hot, and in that hot atmosphere, metal exists in molten state. Since Earth has been spinning from west to east with a time period of 24 hours, the liquid in its core has also been spinning from west to east. Well, this liquid consists of metals in molten state. There are cations moving from west to east on the circular path. So that way these cations constitute current carrying loops at the center of the Earth, and this current carrying loop has south pole towards northern side and north pole towards the southern hemisphere, and that is what we put here. We replace this current carrying coil by this bar magnet. It is an imaginary bar magnet. It is not that when we dig, if we dig the Earth and reach the center, we will get a bar magnet. No, not like that. It is the replacement of these current carrying coils. Well, this bar magnet is not still. It also rotates. It also rotates about this geographical north-south, like this, like this. So this is your geographical north-south. Then the bar magnet, which is inclined at certain angle from geographical north-south, rotates about this axis like this. And in the process it traces a right circular cone, and the time period of revolution of this magnet varies from 600 years to 900 years. Different textbook give different value of this time period of revolution. Well, to understand the magnetic field at any place on the Earth's surface, we have to know three elements of Earth magnetism, and these three elements of Earth magnetism are angle of declination, angle of dip, horizontal component of Earth magnetic field. Before we understand them, we have to know what is GM and MM of the place. Well, GM of a place is a vertical plane of the place which passes through center of Earth and coincides with geographical north-south of the place. Well, this is Earth, this is geographical north-south. Geographical north-south is one of the infinite axes of the Earth. Well, if this happens to be geographical north-south, then how many planes we can make passing through this geographical north-south? Yeah, there would be infinite number of planes passing through geographical north-south. This is north, this is south, and where is Earth? Earth is a sphere all around it. So what are these? All these planes are vertical planes. They pass through center of Earth, and they all coincide with geographical north-south. So all these are GMs, and these GM pass through each and every place of the Earth's surface. Besides GM, we have another plane which is called magnetic median. This is also vertical plane. It also passes through center of Earth and it coincides with magnetic north-south. See, another axis. This is magnetic north-south. That is also a straight line. That is also an axis of the Earth. And again, there can be infinite planes passing through this axis. So all these planes will have these three properties. Well, they are going to be called as vertical plane. They would all pass through center of Earth and they would all coincide with magnetic north-south. But another very important property of this plane is that magnetic lines of forces due to Earth magnet are always parallel to this plane. Let us understand this. Let us say this is magnetic axis, which is different from geographical north-south. The magnet is placed all along this axis. Well, if we make planes passing through this axis, there would be infinite number of such planes. This is magnet over the axis, common axis of all these planes. This magnet has north pole below and south pole above. So magnetic forces from the north will come out and move into south. They will come out from north and move into south. They will come out of north and move into south. And in the process, they would all move parallel to these planes. They would never enter into the plane from sides. So this is one of the very important property of magnetic median of a place. So magnetic lines of forces due to Earth magnet are always parallel to of the place. If this happens to be a vertical plane, well, if it coincides with magnetic north-south, it is obviously going to be called as magnetic median. Then magnetic line of forces due to Earth magnet are always going to be parallel to it. Well, let us talk about vertical and horizontal of a place. Every place over Earth's surface has a distinct vertical and a distinct horizontal. What is vertical of a place? Vertical of a place, like this is place on the Earth's surface. What is vertical here is the line passing through center of Earth. What is horizontal? Perpendicular to it. What is vertical here? Vertical here is the line passing through center of Earth and direction perpendicular to that is horizontal. What is vertical here is the line passing through center of Earth, and what is horizontal? A direction perpendicular to it. What is vertical here? If this happens to be the vertical here at this place, then what about this? This is the horizontal of the place. So every place on the Earth's surface has a distinct vertical and a distinct horizontal. Of course, there are infinite directions in horizontal, but vertical is one and only one. Well, if this happens to be the vertical of the place, then how many planes we can make passing through a vertical? We have just seen the number of planes passing through any straight line are infinite. So there are infinite number of planes which can be made to pass through the vertical of a place. Like this happens to be the vertical of the place. Again, there are what? Infinite number of planes which can be made passing through the vertical of the place. All these planes are simply called, or in general called as vertical planes. But out of these infinite planes, there are two planes which are known by their names. One of them is called as GM, other is called as MM. Well, if this happens to be the GM, this happens to be the MM. The rest all planes are called vertical planes, but two planes GM and MM say are like this. So what is this angle of declination? The very first element of Earth magnetism. This very first element of Earth magnetism is this angle between the two planes, and that is what is shown here. This is the vertical of the place. Say this is magnetic median, and this is what? This is geographical median. The angle between GM and MM of a place is what is called as angle of declination, one of the three elements of Earth magnetism. Well, we have understood one very important property of magnetic median, and that is magnetic of forces due to Earth magnet are always parallel to it. So what is angle of dip? Angle of dip is the angle which the Earth magnetic field makes from horizontal in magnetic meridian. If these are magnetic forces due to Earth magnet, well, they are going to be parallel to MM. So whatever angle they makes from horizontal, this is vertical in magnetic median, and this is horizontal. Then magnetic forces will make certain angle from vertical, from horizontal, and this is what is called as angle of dip. We also call it as true angle of dip. So if you place a compass needle here in metric median, then whatever angle this needle is going to make with the horizontal is going to be called as angle of dip. This angle of dip is not always dip. This angle of dip is not always angle of dip. Needle does not always dips down from the horizontal. It can make an angle, it can move up also. Only in northern hemisphere we observe the needle dipping down the horizontal, but if we move into southern hemisphere, the needle moves up the horizontal, and over the south pole the needle makes what, 90-degree angle from the horizontal. It is vertically upward. Well, so what is angle of dip? I hope it is clear to everyone. Well, if this happens to be a metric median, this is the earth magnetic field, this is angle of dip, we have just understood. This is the true value of magnetic field, say B. This B will have two components, one along horizontal, that would be B cos theta, this is component along horizontal. So BH is equal to B cos theta, this is horizontal component of earth magnetic field and one of the elements of earth magnetism. The other component along vertical is B sin theta, theta is true angle of dip or simply angle of dip. What is tangent of this angle? Tangent of this angle is what? Perpendicular upon base. What is perpendicular? BB. What is horizontal? What is base? Base is BH. So tangent of angle of dip is the ratio of vertical component to horizontal component. Well, this angle of dip, which is one of the elements of earth magnetism, is also called as true angle of dip. At any place on Earth's surface, we have one and only one. Every place on the Earth's surface has a distinct value and one and only one value of angle of dip. But there can be infinite other values of angle of dip if we move into some other plane. So in any plane other than metric median, angle of dip is apparent, and that apparent angle of dip can have any value. But true angle of dip is one and only one, and that is the true direction of earth magnetic field. If a field is suspended, needle or magnet is suspended, then whatever angle it makes from the horizontal, it will always move into metric median and it will always show the true direction of earth magnetic field. In that, so that field is suspended needle, whatever angle it makes from the horizontal is true angle of dip. So there are a number of ways you can define true angle of dip. So I hope all these three elements are clear to you. An apparent angle of dip can be related with true angle of dip by this relation. Tangent of apparent angle of dip is equal to tangent of true angle of dip upon cosine of angle phi. What is phi? Phi is angle between metric median and the new plane at that and the other plane where we are finding out the apparent angle of dip. If this phi becomes 0, then theta A is equal to theta. So tangent of apparent angle of dip, it can also be worked out. I am not working it out, but it is just two-line derivation which I am skipping. If you wish, I can do it some other time. So with this we come to the end of today's class. We'll meet again very shortly with the last article of magnetostatics. So from my side, this is all. God bless you all.